Welcome to Bigdaddie Sports. I'm your host, Bigdaddie.
LB Jenkins.
And that guy who refuses to introduce himself still is Kuiper McShay. Let's jump right into it. Okay, we got Manning versus Luck this week, and I want to know, we know all the information now. Hindsight is 2020. Knowing everything, would you keep Manning or would you still take Luck? Start with you, McShay.
You gotta take Luck. I mean, now that you know what's going on, now you know what's happening, then yeah. If back when he was a rookie and he was unknown and all of this, then I would
You say gotta take Luck.
No, you have to take Luck.
Oh, hold on. Manning or Luck?
I'm going with Manning. I'm sorry. Yeah, hindsight, he's the future and everything like that. But the way Peyton Manning's playing last year and this year, you brought him back. You guys could say Super Bowl compared to right now, 2 years out, 3 years out before we're talking about Super Bowl contenders.
You know what? Talent-wise, I'd say Manning. You know what makes me say Luck? And I agree you got to. Salary cap.
Oh, yeah.
Manning is eating up $28 million on your cap number, whereas Luck, because of this new way the collective bargaining agreement is, his number's way lower. And he's locked in for 3 years. So now, all this extra talent that they have and these trades that they're making, they wouldn't have these extra guys if Peyton was there. Now, granted, Peyton's still going to have them 10-6. But I just think, especially, they seem like cheap guys on defense, but cheap is hard to do when you only have $300,000 left in cap room. Yeah. So I think that's the difference. I think Manning obviously is the better player.
Right today,
he's the better player.
Today he's the better player.
But 5 years from now, he's not going to be in the league.
But in 3 years from now, Andrew Luck is either going to be on par or surpass him if Manning even in the league still.
Now here's the question.
Plus, Manning went to a team that was ready to win then. If Manning would have stayed at the Colts, they wouldn't have been.
They couldn't have did the move. They wouldn't have got the move.
But that's what I'm saying. So you had to make the move. You had to go back to go forward a little bit.
But they didn't really go back.
They didn't go back. What I mean is,
no, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Here's the question though. Let's say the Broncos win the next 2 Lombardis. Does that change the answer to this question?
No.
Because see, for me, the Favre versus Aaron Rodgers, I'd have stuck with Favre. Because that team went to the NFC Championship and dropped to 6-10, and Favre could have kept it going. And I'm like, you trade Aaron Rodgers and get a couple pieces. That team wins 1 or 2 rings. Aaron Rodgers got you 1. We'll see what he does. So that dynamic for me is Favre. But in this one, if he wins 2, you kind of got to look at it differently.
Look, Luck is a 7-year out. In the next 7 years, I say Luck can win a championship. 1 championship.
And all Peyton did is win 1. So all you got to do is win 1.
I mean, I think you could have kept going. I mean, with a draft year like this, when you got other quarterbacks coming out this year.
Exactly.
That you could have waited on Luck, and you could have got a receiver to help Reggie Wayne out and everything else like that.
But they don't have, no matter how many, I love this year's draft class, but none of them are Andrew Luck. None of them are Andrew Luck.
Well, no, Andrew Luck was graded as the best quarterback since Peyton Manning.
Since Elway. People say since Elway, talent-wise.
This is my thing.
He's Peyton Manning with mobility. He's
more athletic.
You know what I mean?
He's graded like Cam.
Right now, their offensive line isn't built to protect Peyton Manning. Andrew Luck can kind of protect himself to a point and take the beating.
No, I get all
Peyton
that.
Won't.
Okay, next up, Vic versus Foles. Should Nick Foles keep the job, or when Vic's hammy is right, should they go back to him? Starting with you.
Keep Foles if he plays like he did last week. Go in this week, see how he plays. Trade Vic, get something for him. Because guess what? Your defense still needs.
Nobody's giving you anything for Vic. Nobody.
You might get like a 3rd, 4th.
No, you being nice. 5th, 6th, 7th. Nobody's giving you anything.
What?
Nobody's giving you anything. First of all, they're gonna get Vic. How many games are you gonna play? You gotta trade him by week 8. He may give you 4 games. He's been nicked up already. And notice the times he's gotten hurt this year, no one's touched him. I'm sorry. My thing with Nick Foles that scares me though is Nick Foles has looked great versus zone defense with the Deshaun Jackson, and all of a sudden Riley Cooper to learn how to play. I won't even touch that. That's too easy. No, but if I want to see if they play press man and if they press up on the receivers and they take away his first and second option, what does he do? But right now, he looks more durable. Statistics say he's more accurate, and if he's going to give you the big play like he did last week, I go with Foles.
For sure. Well, the other two quarterbacks on that team are going to be more accurate than Vic. Vic's, he's just not. That's not his thing. And for this offense,
you can't argue it. He's been in the league so long.
But the way that this offense is ran, you have to be accurate.
Okay, so that elevates this question to this.
Then, yes.
After this, is there a place in the NFL for Vic? Because we see how quick.
After two.
He'll never do it.
Oh, yes, he will. He got creditors that are looking for him.
No, he fixed that.
Well,
he's done.
He still wants money.
No, I get that. But it comes to the point where, okay, Tebow's not in the league, not because he's not. Okay, that's
not
bad example. Vince Young's not in the league because he can't be your backup. He causes that problem. As soon as they have a bad game, we'll give VY a shot. By the way, he tweeted this week, Houston, he's ready. We'll see how that goes. But I just don't think you can bring in Vic. At this stage of his career, Vic's like bringing in Iverson and bringing him off the bench. That's where he should be, but his ego won't allow him to be there.
His pocketbook will.
You know what? Iverson was broke too. Old casinos all over the country. You see how that worked out.
How's he doing now?
He's waiting for that lump sum he gets from Reebok.
Yeah, and I bet you he takes a contract today.
Okay, so now we got Schaub versus Yates.
Schaub shouldn't be allowed in the building. Let's talk about this. Schaub shouldn't be allowed. Give all your memorabilia back. Give all your jerseys back. Anything you have, the division man, whatever you have, give it back.
Is TJ Yates better?
Right now, I'm better. Right now.
After that pick six he threw on Sunday?
He ain't played since playoffs 2 weeks ago.
I give you
2 years ago.
I give you that. Look, his timing's off. They get no reps. But the last thing you need to do in Houston is throw a pick six. It just looks bad.
Look, Vince Young's ready. Tebow ready.
Stop it. See, every week you gotta say something.
Tebow's ready.
What do you think?
Well, the Yates thing.
Look, I'm gonna tell you.
If you put Yates in, you're saying the season's done.
No, I don't agree with that.
Because basically what you're doing is rebuilding.
No, if you put Yates in, you're saying we're committing to this run game and we're going to play action. We're going to work DeAndre Hopkins in. But it's Arian Foster and Ben Tate. That's what we're saying. Now, what I want to see, I'll be real with you. I want to see Case Keenum.
That'd be cool.
I think Keenum has a better arm than Yates. I don't know how he's going to do on this level, but we know he can sling that football, and so I'd like to see Case Keenum get a shot.
Look,
but
that's what you're
Michael Vick is ready to be traded.
You're gonna start.
Michael Vick could come to Houston and do more.
He's got the same problem.
Michael Vick is going to come there.
Injuries.
Turnovers and injuries.
That sounds like Schaub to me. Just running a 4.3.
No, and he ain't running that no right now. He 4.5, 4.6.
Still faster than Schaub.
Schaub's a statue. Schaub's a statue, so I get that. All right, fantasy picks. If you need a receiver, Keenan Allen all of a sudden is balling. He looks like a future #1 receiver. If he's available in your league, go get him. Harry Douglas gonna get more snaps because Julio Jones is gone. And then if you're desperate, Riley Cooper, like I said, is all of a sudden getting balls thrown his way. Again, I'm not dealing with that. Pick up Riley Cooper.
90% of defenses he faces is black. That's all I gotta say. He running for his life.
Runs hard.
And the ball goes up while I'm running, I'm gonna catch it.
There's a clip that you need to go check out on YouTube of Deshaun Jackson celebrating his touchdown last week, his second one. And Riley Cooper comes up to shake his hand. And watch how quick Deshaun stops celebrating and just walks away. I'm just saying, the dynamic is still there. Fantasy, who we got?
I got a number defense for you, baby. I got Cards D and Seattle D. It's going to be a low-scoring game. And I got Ravens D and Steelers D. Another low-scoring game.
Okay. All right. Patriots D will get ran over by Stephen Hill, right? Receiver? Yeah.
Well, Keith Talib's a little banged up, so yeah.
I'm just saying, Buccaneers defense, I would definitely play them. And
you keep saying that, they keep staking up.
Who are they playing today? Who
you said that last week. What the Eagles do?
Who are they playing? Hey,
look, you say
the clock's right 2 times a day. But I'm just saying.
when your 2 times gonna come?
They're playing the Falcons. Everyone's hurt. Everybody's hurt.
But they gonna stop Tony Gonzalez?
All you gotta do is double. You double Tony. You double.
You can triple team him. Ain't no wide receivers out there.
You gonna tell me Tony not gonna get his?
Nah. Double Tony.
Okay.
Double Douglas.
Okay. Who else you got?
I would take Brandon Marshall.
Well, that's every week. So okay, last week we tied again. I don't know what's going on. He's leading in the standings by 1 game.
Who is?
He is.
Oh, he is?
Whatever.
Oh, like I see it.
Seahawks at Cardinals.
Seahawks.
Take the Cardinals.
I take the Cardinals if Drew Stanton was gonna play, but we know he not. Carson Palmer gonna throw a pick 6 late. Seahawks.
Sherman.
Buccaneers and Falcons.
Upset. Buccaneers.
Taking Bucks.
Bucks.
I'm taking the Falcons.
You have fun with that.
I don't trust. I wouldn't trust Shiano with a pop warner team.
Guess what? When your quarterback has no one to throw to.
You can be able to stand back and just deal.
Whatever. I'm taking the Falcons. Bears at Redskins.
Shot down.
The Bears. Cowboys at Eagles.
Eagles.
Cowboys, I suppose. Not really a fan of them, but I'll take
I'll
them.
go with the Eagles at home.
I'm gonna take the boys. Patriots at Jets.
Patriots.
Look,
Patriots.
Gino every other week. Last week he stuck up the joint. This is home. Rex said he was mad that his brother lost to the Patriots last week. It won't matter. I'm going with the Patriots. Bills at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Who they starting at quarterback this week in Buffalo? Because I think Thad got hurt in overtime.
Oh Lord.
They
can trade for Vic.
No, watch this. They signed Matt Flynn this week.
Oh, that's right. They did.
Tua will start. If Matt Flynn is
the Dolphins.
I think Thad's going to play, but he got nicked up. Chargers at Jaguars. I'm calling the Jags. They got to win one. I'm calling the
going
Jags.
with Jags. The way they handled Denver. Now, Denver, of course, won the game, but that spread wasn't even close to being met. I go with Jaguars.
I'll go Jags, too, just because they got to get over the hump. I mean, at least I believe they will get over the hump.
The Chargers play, when you expect them to lose, they step up. When they shouldn't win, they kind of play down to their competition. I'm going with the Jags.
Jags' defense is fired up.
Rams at Panthers.
This is another one.
It's a toss.
I don't know who I'm going to play. I don't know. The Rams, they beat out Houston.
Look. Brandon LaFell showed up last week. I'm going to say that's going to start a trend. I'm going with the Panthers.
That's what I go with Panthers at home.
Bengals at Lions.
Lions.
Ooh, Bengals. I'll go Bengals.
You know who the Lions quarterback is, right? You know what he like when he get pressured.
Detroit what?
All right.
Detroit what?
Bengals. 49ers at Titans.
49ers.
49ers.
I'm going to take the Titans.
Have you seen Fitzpatrick?
No, I agree, but I think the Niners are going to have a letdown.
Now, here's the question. How long are we going to deal with Kaepernick being this new Kaepernick where he not really doing much on offense?
Yo, guess who this Kaepernick reminds me of?
He's game managing.
Yo. Guess who Alex Smith.
That's all.
Alex Smith.
Now, granted, wide receiver weapons are kind of limited, but still, it's kind of like
that quarterback.
They've changed their offense. What he was running last year, they're not running anymore.
Well, they can't, because defenses are not going to let you run. Same thing with Russell
I'm
Wilson.
just saying, I'm
trying it.
I'm taking the 49ers, because Fitzpatrick is going to throw you a couple. But I'm not liking this Kaepernick I'm seeing right now. Texans at Chiefs.
Chiefs, yeah.
That Chiefs defense is scary.
They gonna
10 sacks last week?
They're going to run. Well, that happens when you play any sort of running quarterback.
10?
Yeah.
Eric Perry got in on the sack game. They were bringing it last week.
That was the same thing when the Cardinals played the Panthers. What did Dockett have, like 3? They had 2.
Well, they sacked him, I think, 7 times.
Yeah, they had 2 linebackers with 2. So that's what happens when you play a running quarterback. But granted, yes, their defense is real.
And the corner, I can't think of his name right now. 27 Smith, I think his last name is. Dude's he's locked down right now.
Yeah.
Like, when you have that pass rush, it makes you look better. But he's taking advantage of that pass rush. All right, we got Ravens at Steelers.
I'm going Ravens.
I'd love for my Ravens to win. But we need to start the game on time. And if the game starts, but at 4:25 Eastern, I need Flacco and them to come out firing. Last week, we didn't show up till at the halftime.
That's true.
And so you can't do that. And if the other problem is Big Ben and them win this game, all of a sudden that confidence is back. And in a division that ain't great, and they still ain't played, Cincinnati, I don't know. So
the Steelers dealt with an aberration last week, and the Ravens pass rush is gonna get after Big Ben. So
what about the Ravens running the ball? We have no push. No push. Ray Rice don't look healthy. Bernard Pierce, who I thought was coming up, ain't showed up. Now Jacoby, I was happy to see him.
The Ravens.
You know, I'd love for my Ravens to win. But we need to start the game on time. And if the game starts, but at 4:25 Eastern, I need Flacco and them to come out firing. Last week, we didn't show up till at the halftime.
That's true.
And so you can't do that. And if the other problem is Big Ben and them win this game, all of a sudden that confidence is back. And in a division that ain't great, and they still ain't played, Cincinnati, I don't know. So
the Steelers dealt with an aberration last week, and the Ravens pass rush is gonna get after Big Ben. So
what about the Ravens running the ball? We have no push. No push. Ray Rice don't look healthy. Bernard Pierce, who I thought was coming up, ain't showed up. Now Jacoby, I was happy to see him.
The Ravens.
You know, I'd love for my Ravens to win. But we need to start the game on time. And if the game starts, but at 4:25 Eastern, I need Flacco and them to come out firing. Last week, we didn't show up till at the halftime.
That's true.
And so you can't do that. And if the other problem is Big Ben and them win this game, all of a sudden that confidence is back. And in a division that ain't great, and they still ain't played, Cincinnati, I don't know. So
the Steelers dealt with an aberration last week, and the Ravens pass rush is gonna get after Big Ben. So
what about the Ravens running the ball? We have no push. No push. Ray Rice don't look healthy. Bernard Pierce, who I thought was coming up, ain't showed up. Now Jacoby, I was happy to see him.
The Ravens.
You know, I'd love for my Ravens to win. But we need to start the game on time. And if the game starts, but at 4:25 Eastern, I need Flacco and them to come out firing. Last week, we didn't show up till at the halftime.
That's true.
And so you can't do that. And if the other problem is Big Ben and them win this game, all of a sudden that confidence is back. And in a division that ain't great, and they still ain't played, Cincinnati, I don't know. So
the Steelers dealt with an aberration last week, and the Ravens pass rush is gonna get after Big Ben. So
what about the Ravens running the ball? We have no push. No push. Ray Rice don't look healthy. Bernard Pierce, who I thought was coming up, ain't showed up. Now Jacoby, I was happy to see him.
The Ravens.
You know, I'd love for my Ravens to win. But we need to start the game on time. And if the game starts, but at 4:25 Eastern, I need Flacco and them to come out firing. Last week, we didn't show up till at the halftime.
That's true.
And so you can't do that. And if the other problem is Big Ben and them win this game, all of a sudden that confidence is back. And in a division that ain't great, and they still ain't played, Cincinnati, I don't know. So
the Steelers dealt with an aberration last week, and the Ravens pass rush is gonna get after Big Ben. So
what about the Ravens running the ball? We have no push. No push. Ray Rice don't look healthy. Bernard Pierce, who I thought was coming up, ain't showed up. Now Jacoby, I was happy to see him.
The Ravens.
You know, I'd love for my Ravens to win. But we need to start the game on time. And if the game starts, but at 4:25 Eastern, I need Flacco and them to come out firing. Last week, we didn't show up till at the halftime.
That's true.
And so you can't do that. And if the other problem is Big Ben and them win this game, all of a sudden that confidence is back. And in a division that ain't great, and they still ain't played, Cincinnati, I don't know. So
the Steelers dealt with an aberration last week, and the Ravens pass rush is gonna get after Big Ben. So
what about the Ravens running the ball? We have no push. No push. Ray Rice don't look healthy. Bernard Pierce, who I thought was coming up, ain't showed up. Now Jacoby, I was happy to see him.
The Ravens.
You know, I'd love for my Ravens to win. But we need to start the game on time. And if the game starts, but at 4:25 Eastern, I need Flacco and them to come out firing. Last week, we didn't show up till at the halftime.
That's true.
And so You can't do that. And if the other problem is Big Ben and them win this game, all of a sudden that confidence is back. And in a division that ain't great, and they still ain't played, Cincinnati, I don't know. So
the Steelers, that was an aberration last week, and the Ravens pass rush is gonna get after Big Ben. So
what about the Ravens running the ball? We have Christ on.